Alright guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be hopping into reaction video on Monday, of course. We're going to be going into the video. I saw the world for the first time at 16. This is by My Story Animated. And before we start the video, if you're new to the channel, leave a like and subscribe and hit that little bell for notifications. If you're already a returning subscriber, hit the like button on the video and let's hop right into it.
I stared down at the box of crayons. Why did these kids keep tearing the wrappers off? I couldn't read the names now. Hey, Dumbo, why's your grass purple? Are you an alien from planet Stupid? It's purple because I've got an imagination. As I stormed off to the teacher to ask for a new box of crayons, I suddenly fell face
This story just hops right into it. This story just hops right into it. It doesn't even get into anything else. It's just like, purple grass.
Skipping rope I hadn't seen. Hi, I'm Anna. And no, my grass is actually purple because I'm colorblind.
Wait, what? I thought she didn't see the world until she was 16.
Subscribe. Otherwise, you'll stop seeing your favorite color. Things weren't too bad when I was little, but my condition really started affecting my life in high school. See, imagine your mom's not dressing you anymore, and you want to look good, but if you're colorblind, you can end up doing some really embarrassing stuff. I went to school one day wearing what I thought was a very cute blue shirt, but Alexa, the class bully, screamed that I looked like a toad in that ugly green shirt. The other day, I ended up wearing mismatched stockings, and while everyone was busy laughing, I said it was a bold-fashioned choice. So I usually just ended up sticking to black and white, which is cool if you're like 50. One day, as soon as I walked
No, it's not. I wear
one
black and white. Look, now you're being a butt. Like, butt face. Like, no, there's nothing wrong with black and white.
Oh my god, are you okay? Your eyes are bleeding. What? I didn't feel anything. Yeah, really funny. Ha ha, weirdo. But apparently, it wasn't a joke, because pretty soon, a crowd had huddled around me.
Like, yo, your eyes are bleeding, bro.
She's not bleeding, she's just blind. What do you do when you're blind? You put red lip liner on your eyes and black on your lips. Oh my god. Had I really? As I tried to get out of there to wash my face, Alexa and her rat pack just pushed me back and started taking pictures. Just then, someone pushed their way through, and I turned to see the school's football captain.
Oh, God.
The most handsome guy on the planet, Kevin. Hey, cut it out.
Don't tell me it's just gonna turn into some stupid love story. Don't freaking tell me.
You guys are the worst. Then he suddenly pulled me away from Alexa and her minions and took me to a quiet corner. What he did next left me speechless. He took out some tissue paper and wiped my tears. And of course, the horrendous lip liner too. Hope you're okay. You know why they act that way, right? They're jealous because you're so beautiful. I can't.
Not another love story! No! Please, God, no. I can't deal with the love stories anymore. I can't deal with the love stories anymore. I can't. I freaking can't.
Had Kevin just called me beautiful?
Oh
Before
my
I could even wrap my head
gosh.
around it, he was gone.
Get over it.
The next day at lunch, I was sitting by myself, as usual. I could see the guys in class were always looking over at me, but while Alexa and her gang were around, they wouldn't dare to come and sit next to me. The cowards. But just then, Kevin came by and asked if he could join me. And before I knew what was happening, the two of us were hanging out all the time. He was pretty popular.
Yeah, really?
And always had a bunch of friends around, but he never made me feel left out. Of course, this didn't sit well with Alexa. She was part of the cheerleading squad, so she would always be there at every practice match, and she just wouldn't stop flirting with him. Hey! Can't wait for the out-of-town game next week. An overnight trip will be so fun. Why don't you come to my room after the game? We'll definitely be having a party. Kevin nodded and she smirked at me and walked away. I felt furious. She's really pretty, isn't she? I think she's into me. Maybe I should ask her out. I felt my heart sink right
Oh,
down to
thank
my
God.
legs.
Thank
Yeah,
freaking God.
whatever, if you want to. Just as I was about to walk away, he grabbed my hand. Or I could ask you out.
Nope. No, not another love story.
Way prettier, and you have my heart. Someone bring me back to planet Earth. I was over the moon.
Shut
I
up.
was dating
Shut
my
up.
dream boy Kevin. One day while we were strolling through the park, I said to Kevin that it was pretty cool we were both from African American families. He started laughing.
You're white as crap, dude.
No, what are you talking about? I'm black. You're totally white. This was news to me. I was pretty sure he was pulling my leg. When I went home that day, I walked straight into one of Mom and Dad's screaming matches. Dad
Okay,
could never hold a job and was always getting into trouble.
You're
Hey, guys,
darker.
cut it out for a sec. Tell me something. Are we black or white? Mom and Dad both stared at me blankly for a second. Dad said, "Why don't you answer her stupid questions and leave me alone?" Mom said, "Of course we're white, Anna. And no, I'm not done with you. Your dad has really crossed the line. He's stolen you from my own aunt."
She legit thought she was...
Everyone in the family knows. Jeez, he'd really done it this time. I don't know how Mom put
She was like...
I just couldn't be around them, so I grabbed my keys and rushed out of the house. As I turned around, I saw a red signal and rushed past it. Blaring in the distance was a truck. It kept flicking its lights, and I pushed on the brakes as hard as I could. Oh no! As I slowly opened my eyes, I saw the two of them arguing.
Oh my gosh, your daughter is...
"Why do you even let her drive? Now I'll have to pay this ridiculous hospital bill. Why don't you go steal some more money?" Then I said, "Orange? What?" Mom asked. "I'm problem cat pink." "Oh God, and now she's blabbering," my dad said. Why couldn't I speak properly? What was happening? The doctor explained that because I'd had some head trauma, I was having difficulty putting words together. But I just had to keep trying, and it would be fine. The doctor said it's minor, but I lobster SpongeBob so much.
Lobster SpongeBob.
You'll be fine, Mom said. The day I got home from the hospital, Kevin came over to see me. "So, you know how much I love you, right? Well, I want to show you how serious I am about you. I want you to meet my parents."
Oh my gosh.
What? Meet Kevin's parents? That's the kind of seriousness
No, shut up.
every girl is looking for. "Oh, Moon, go! Ink so hope." "What?" Kevin asked. I took out my notebook and wrote. "The doctor said I won't be able to put words together properly for some time, and it's worse when I'm excited or anxious. Maybe we should do this later?" "You'll be fine when you're with me. Don't worry," Kevin assured me. Kevin's smile made all the difference in the world. I was still anxious, though, because
Blabba glabba goo.
there were his parents. And from what he told me, they seemed a little hoity-toity. The next day at their house, I was so nervous. "Hello, lovely house." I was trying to be as respectful as possible to his parents while keeping my sentences really short. But then I tried complimenting the food, and I wished I'd kept my mouth shut. "Wow, the good food dog, eggplant the Scrabble. Wait, no, the stapler, stone, jello. I mean, no. Oh, dear God." Then Kevin saved me and said, "You mean you really like the food? Well, thanks, Anna. That's very sweet of you." I just smiled meekly at his parents. No amount of covering up from Kevin was going to make them like me now, and I was right. This is the only girl you could find. She's crazy. This is exactly why we want you to meet Sabrina. She's your dad's business partner's daughter, and she is extremely well behaved. I could hear Kevin's mom's voice from the kitchen. But, well, there was nothing I could do about it. Over the next week, I noticed my sentences were improving, but Kevin wasn't around for me to tell him. He had the flu, so he wanted to stay in. Or so I thought. One day, I got a text from him that left me completely shook. "Dear Anna, as much as I adore you, I have to end this relationship. My parents really want me to date Sabrina, and they won't have it any other way. Please forgive me. I hope we can still be friends." What? Was this for real? The guy who claimed to love me was leaving me because I wasn't good enough for his parents?
Thank you for ending this
Beyond
stupid
furious,
love
he blocked his
story.
number. He didn't even have the decency to say all
They
this
get
to
back
my
together.
face, and he thought we could be friends? I spent the whole weekend crying over sad movies with tubs of
8
ice
minutes
cream.
left in the
I didn't
video
want to go to
ish.
school
They
and
get back
ever
together.
see him again. The next day, while I was putting stuff in my locker, that jerk walked up to me. "Hey, I've been trying to get in touch." I slammed the locker door and turned away. "I don't want to hear it, Kevin. Leave me alone." And here I was at lunch again, back to sitting by myself. And I got a C on my math test because I hadn't studied at all. Suddenly, someone snatched the test paper out of my hands. "Not so smart now, are we? What's it like being stupid and blind?" "Alexa, have you ever gotten an A in anything?"
Oh,
"I'll
God.
take that, thanks." Colin, this guy from my class, snatched the paper out of a furious Alexa's hand and came and sat next to me. He'd never spoken to me before. "Hey, you ever need help with math, let me know. I'd be happy to tutor you," Colin said. I was just about to say no thanks when I saw Kevin looking over at us from the corner of my eye. I was hurt and angry, and I wanted him to eat his heart out right now. "Yeah, I think I could really use the help. Say we meet here every day during recess?" The next few days, I started hanging out with Colin all the time. We went to the school's football game, and I saw Kevin look at us as we walked up to the bleachers. I immediately took Colin's hand and smiled at him. One evening, Colin came to my place to work on a school project. As we laughed and worked together, I couldn't help thinking he was really cute.
What's with his facial hair? His facial hair is awful.
And he turned to me on the porch. "Hey, it's been a week since we started hanging out, but it feels like I've known you a really long time." Then he took my hand and pulled me close. "Uh-oh. What was happening?" "I don't know if you know this, but you've got the most gorgeous green eyes." What a smooth talker. As he was leaning in to kiss me, I moved closer too, and... "Anna, what are you doing here?" I demanded. I felt so angry looking at Kevin. "I'm so sorry, Anna. I know why you're mad and I can explain.
Love freaking triangle. Oh my freaking lord.
And what's this loser doing here? Kevin asked. He is not a loser. He really cares about me, unlike you. I could feel Colin getting all worked up beside me. Kevin said, just listen, okay? I overheard my parents today talking about how they texted you from my phone. It wasn't me, Anna. I would never do that. For a minute, I was speechless. My heart was just melting looking at his face. But then there was Colin, still holding on to me. Colin said, you know we have something special, Anna. Are you really going to choose him over me? I said, no, but it really wasn't his fault either, you know? This is so confusing. Kevin said, I'm willing to show you how much you mean to me. Maybe this guy can do the same, if he's up for it. Oh, I'm up for it. There's no way she's choosing a guy who didn't even check why she left him. I wasn't sure how I felt about that, but, well, then, let the dating games begin. As I was getting ready the next evening, I was pretty surprised that the dress Colin had sent me looked like Cinderella's. But then, he turned up in an actual carriage, looking like Prince Charming. I felt like I was in a fairy tale. After you,
what does this have to do with you not seeing the world till you're 60? What does this have?
This place is beautiful, Colin. Oh, look! Everyone here is dressed up as a character, I said. Yes, but none of them look as beautiful as you. Colin was such a sweetheart. I had the most amazing night at this club. Dancing away.
I freaking want to gouge my eyes out.
Colin said. Colin was giving me yellow roses? You want to friend zone me after this amazing night? No, cutie, they're red. You're just seeing them as yellow. Friend zone you? I can never. It was Kevin's turn next, and he turned up in a limo and whisked me away to my favorite boy band's concert. And we had front row tickets and backstage passes. As I got selfies with the band, I couldn't believe he had done this.
What's with that pose
they're
doing?
My life had turned upside down in a week. The next few days were just a whirlwind of candlelit dinners, romantic moonlit walks, picnics in the park, and boat rides on the lake. And I was being showered with the most amazing gifts every day. If I kept eating chocolate truffles at this rate, I wouldn't be able to fit in any of the pretty dresses I was getting. I was getting more and more.
What's with that? What is with them doing this in every video? They're like, would you stop that?
The boys were so sweet, and they really seemed to care about me. How was I ever gonna decide? Eventually, it was my birthday, and I got a text from Kevin at midnight sharp. Happy birthday to the love of my life. Just then, I heard someone throw a pebble at my window. It was Colin. I couldn't wait till tomorrow to give you your present. Happy birthday, sweetheart, Colin said. I gasped when I saw the Apple Watch. I've been trying to make my
an
parents
Apple
get
Watch.
this
He didn't buy you a Rolex?
Since forever. How did you know I wanted
cheap?
This?
It's cheap! I'm just kidding, Apple
sure
Watch
you
is pretty
told
nice.
Me, babe. To my disappointment, Kevin didn't even come and see me the next morning. Of course, Colin was more than happy to have me all to himself on my birthday. We had a great time at the movies, and later, he cooked me dinner at his place. Looking at his face in the moonlight, my heart melted a little. Maybe he was the better guy. He left the table to get dessert, and suddenly his phone beeped. I just happened to glance at it, and suddenly my gaze froze. Why did he have a text from my dad? I opened it, and it said, "Told you she'll love the present. Make sure she makes up her mind about you before that boy is back." Colin came back and stopped short when he saw his phone in my hand. What's all this, Colin? I asked angrily. He slowly sat down and wouldn't even look at me as he said he had to tell me something. Your dad has been paying me to keep you distracted from any thoughts of Kevin. What I didn't know was that I would actually fall in love with you. I'm so sorry, but please know my feelings.
Like you, what the crap meme. Or what the heck, something. Because this just took a big freaking turn. I don't know what to do anymore. I seriously don't.
Feelings for you are real. I was shocked and speechless. I felt disgusted by Dad, and I couldn't believe Colin had agreed to trick me like that. I just threw my napkin down and left. As soon as I got back home, I went straight to the lounge where my parents were watching TV. I said, "Mom, you know what this guy did? He paid Colin to play with my feelings and keep my mind off of Kevin." I started crying as I told Mom the whole story. I had never seen her this furious. Mom screamed at Dad. "Why would you do such a thing?" "Oh, geez. Don't make such a big deal of it. I only did it because Kevin's parents were paying me to keep her away from their son. I knew she would never listen to me if I talked to her, so I thought Colin would be a good distraction. What's the problem? I picked a nice guy for her, and I could use the money to pay off our debts." Mom got up and said, "Not our debts, your debts. Even this house is mine because I pay for the rent. I've had enough. Get out, now." "Finally! Go, Mom!" Dad was furious and left. I felt completely
I don't know what
betrayed
to say
by
anymore.
Colin, and Kevin had just disappeared. I was done with these stupid boys playing with my feelings. I spent the next few days sulking in my room and watching videos on my story animated. I came across one where the girl's dad had been paying her boyfriend to spy on her for years. Well, that was believable. Kevin showed up the next morning. I told him I was done with everyone. He said he'd had to go somewhere urgently, and he couldn't get a flight out sooner because of bad weather. I said, "What's so urgent? You had to go to Rome to eat pizza? Your private jet wasn't available?" Kevin said, "Listen, let me make it up to you. Just give me one chance. That's all I'm asking." Reluctantly, I agreed. He blindfolded me and drove me somewhere.
No!
Anything. He helped me out of the car, and I could feel the sea breeze on my face. "Kevin, what's the big secret? I've seen the sea 1,000,000,000 times. Not like this. Just don't open your eyes till I tell you." The blindfold came off, and I felt him placing glasses on my nose. Now, I opened my eyes, and I gasped. I was seeing colors properly for the first time. I didn't know the sea was that shade of blue. I couldn't get over the sky. And the trees, the sand. Kevin was laughing and recording my reaction. I started crying. I've been living in a
cool,
fairy
but
world,
I
and
really
it was
don't care
so much
anymore.
more beautiful and brighter than I could have ever thought possible. Kevin wrapped me in one of his bear hugs. God, I miss these hugs. He said he'd flown over to a place in Europe where a company was making these glasses. They were still in the testing phase, but he wanted to give me the perfect gift. It was at that moment that I knew it was always Kevin, and for the first time, I could really see how beautiful and deep his green eyes were. Kiss me, Kevin. I want you to kiss me. I shared the most magical
Shut up.
And I had
God,
fireworks going off in my head of every color.
Alright, guys. That's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I really don't know what to say. It is the cheesiest love story ever. If you liked the video, make sure to like it up if you're already subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications. I'm gonna see y'all guys next time. Bye-bye.